Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. Uh, just asking y'all real quick to do a quick favor for me, okay? And this favor is going to be, if you can, if you can go in and go on Facebook real quick and share with some of the brothers to let them know I'm here. All right, let them know this is kicking off. All right, y'all know what's going on. Facebook and YouTube are trying to silence our voices because everyone has free speech, but the Afro man in the United States, you know, because we ain't nothing but black to them. We a color. We ain't even a people deserving of rights and dignity. All right. So I'm gonna let this do its thing real quick. Just making sure a lot of my stuff in. All right. And I'm gonna let this play for a hot second. Let me see what I can make out of this. Uh, Let me see what I can make out of this. All right. But if you can, okay. This is another article that I meant to get into yesterday, but I didn't. Yeah, I like that. Y'all know I'm just playing. Let me see if I can get it deeper. You know, I gotta make that ugly face. I gotta be like, hey, y'all, I'm looking at the back of my head because I can see it in the relay, right? I hit the wrong key, y'all. I like the bass though. Okay, I'm gonna just clown around just for a hot little bit, Mo. Is that even a thing? Hot little bit, Mo. Okay, I'm gonna clown around just for a little bit more. I'm gonna wait for a few more brothers to get on. If y'all can get in contact with us. As a matter of fact, I really don't care who you get in contact because I think all of us as Afro people need to see this. I wish Brother Dwight could be in here, but I know he's probably in bed right about now. All right. But this is a pitiful crying shame. The stuff that I'm about to show you right now. All right. Um, and these are all reports. These are all news reports. All right. I've been telling y'all for a while that we have nothing but adversaries running around. All right. I've been telling people all over the world when I travel. Because when I travel, in every way, I represent the Afro man. I don't represent the black woman because if she's not with me, then she's not there for me to represent. Y'all get it? And if she's with me, then she represents me. But my conduct also is a representation of who she chose to, spread the how the scriptures say part her feet to. Okay, understand this. Alright, so we can't represent those that do not want anything to do with us. Alright? But when I go, I don't even represent all Afro men. I represent the brothers, the S, and let me say this real quick. While I'm clowning and stuff and just talking all this stuff, right? People kept asking me about SYSBM. Save yourself Afro men. Save yourself black men. Right? And in that, I added to it that the Afro man should save his seed. Alright? Because, see, I have, and so although I didn't know who put things together, alright, when they were putting up the website, I was asked by Brother Dwight, and a while back when they started doing this stuff. So I've been involved with the understanding of this, and I try to tell people that SYSBM is not a group, is not a club, is not an organization. I want y'all to understand that. SYSBM is not a group, is not a club, is not an organization. Is a warning to good Afro men. It started as a warning to good Afro men, and it remains a warning to good Afro men. SYSBM represents the real fact that the good Afro men in the United States have no friends outside of other good Afro men. The system is not our friend. The BAW, you know who, is not our friend. You know she has simps and minions that work against us on a daily basis. They are not our friends. Understand this. Alright, I will say this. There's some brothers that could tell you that even in anger, I'm a man of my word. Alright? Meaning that there's a brother, and he can tell you this. We have it out. We had it out in Brazil. Right? But everything I say he's going to, that I will do for him, I do. Everything he said he would do for me, he's done. Understand this. Alright? Because we're men. We're men. We've had it out. We've been really upset at each other. One brother to another. We don't agree with everything. Alright? It's a brother that watches my channel. But I will say this for the brother, and he can say the same thing for me. Anything that I set out to do, I do. Alright? If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Why? Because I said I was going to do it. Alright? The only time I change my mind and leave stuff well enough alone, if I find that the person I'm dealing with is dealing with things based on deception. Understand this. Alright? I have no reason in life. There is no empirical evidence that states that I should believe a BAW when she says anything to me. Especially when they've been telling us they've been having our back, because they haven't. Now, I bring all this up because me and this brother, when we put our word to something, regardless of our differences that we're having issues with, and it's usually based on meeting up, transportation, lack of communication for the spot, and all the rest of that stuff, right? But when we make the decision that we're going to do something on behalf of the benefit of good for one another, we carry through with that. Okay? Period. We carry through with that. I can't believe too many people when it comes to how we deal with things. Alright? I'm gonna wait for 3 more people to show up. I'm gonna entertain y'all for a hot second. forgot how I wrote that. Okay, that's how I did that. Ah, that's how I did that. Okay, so this is a. And one more. All right, so. All right, let's get down to it. All clowning aside, I think I got the righteous brothers in here. All right, let me say what's up to Charlie Brown Boxing Media. Let's say what's up, Super 5 the Texas Marine. K-Pro, what's up? Peace and blessings to you. SC, what's up? What's going on? What's up, the Blue Chemist? What's up, David Bowman? Simplify USMC back. Um, hey, what's up, Michael Duncan? All right. So as y'all know, all right, it is not a big secret, but as y'all are fully aware of, Facebook blocked me for stating this comment after seeing that a BAW got her, made her younger brother wear a dress or wear girls' clothes, a skirt and a halter top, and parading him around on Facebook, making him dance on Facebook. All right. When we talk about mental butt breaking, all right, this is a problem. Here's a bigger problem than that. When I called it out, Facebook flagged me for hate speech. They barred me even from Messenger. Understand this. And the reason why they're trying to do this is because the Democratic left are trying to silence the voices of Afro men. Because let's face it, Afro men are getting tired of the way that people are treating us. And we're starting to recognize those who are taking away our right to think, speak, even to earn money. Let's keep it real. See, we started to recognize that these people cannot stand us. All right? Not only did we recognize that these people could not stand us, all right, we started to do some research and find out what they actually think of us. Are they the kumbaya and all-inclusive people? Now, here's the thing. I say this about the Republicans and the Democrats. I say this about both of them. We have a slew of problems. And when it comes to the both of these groups, the Democrats had come up with policies intentionally to destroy us as a community, as a people, and everything. Its platform is the Margaret Sanger eugenics platform. All right, so let's not get it twisted. All right. Meanwhile, they have told the BAW, you know who, that they're Wonder Women. They're super women. They don't need no man. Without the man around in the community or anywhere, nobody has been in check. I was talking to a sister that's going to braid my hair this weekend. She said if there was a man around to put her in check, she thinks she would get in check. I told her, if had I been around to teach you anything, you would have learned. The problem is we got a bunch of old fools that went and sold themselves out to a party, and then they would try to defend that sellout. You got a bunch of other old fools that like money that went and sold themselves out to another party, and then they want to act like the stuff that happened to us as Afro people never happened. So there's the difference. The ones that sell us out to the Democratic Party are willfully participating in the destruction of our communities and families. The ones that sold out to the Republican Party think everything is all about money, and they take their platform wholeheartedly that nothing has ever happened to us as a people. That everything that happened, that our condition is solely because, well, we didn't pull ourselves up out of our bootstrap. When I put on my channel the last speech that Martin Luther King gave was "We are coming for our check." That was his last speech. Reparations, y'all, was Martin Luther King's last speech. And he realized this because in his speech, he noted how the United States gave Caucasians land, money, and the education to farm the land. Then on top of that, he noticed how the United States even gave the farmers, the Caucasian farmers that they gave the land to, and the education, they gave the money to not farm the land. To make sure that they had, and not to just a woman, they gave it to the man that was the head of the family. That's the difference between Caucasian welfare and ours. So we're trying to think, we're thinking, well, that was then, what about now? And I will say to you that these attitudes on the left are just as pervasive as now as in seeking our destruction. All right? But you never really know how bad it is until you start until you start paying attention to the news. See, this is what makes me different from them old guys I get into arguments with. I have a few cars, right? Y'all know I have the white car, the black car. Y'all know I have that SUV. Because it's a truck, I'm never getting rid of that. You know I have the white Infiniti. Y'all see me do. Y'all know I have the black Avalon Limited, right? I buy all these cars new. I mean, not new, used. I don't buy new cars. They ain't broken in yet. But I bought all these cars used. Each time I bought a car, there was a reason I bought the car. All right. As y'all saw, my credit is going back up after the last car purchase. From what y'all saw the other night, is at 790. Okay, within 2 months, it'll be back in the 800s and mid to high 800s on all three. All right. Part of the reason that my credit score is going to go up significantly, because outside of my brothers in Brazil, all right, and the children around the neighborhood, I'm not helping anybody anymore. Except if a brother is in need, the brothers that I'm in contact with, right? Because basically, with the BAW keep shutting me down, keep taking money away, I can't help her, and I'm not going to. She's the one harming what I was doing for children. With my military stuff, I can still, I'll just use part of that to help the children. But it's less and less people that I can help. And these people know that. What they wanted me to do was shut up. All right. And Dwight understood that. He said, they are saying that if you shut up and toe their line, they'll monetize your channel. They demonetized my channel because Afro people are not allowed to talk about the condition of our community and be monetized. But Caucasian people, according to YouTube, can. All right. Now, if you ever had any doubt in your mind about how YouTube think about it, hold on, let me let you. If you ever had any doubt in your mind about what YouTube think about Afro people as a whole, but in particular Afro men, there's a new, it ain't new, but there's a YouTube research that they tried to keep buried. All right. And, well, I'm about to give y'all a gander at it. All right. So, let's take a look for a hot second. This is YouTube. This is YouTube, y'all. YouTube search suggests racist autocompletes. How do they know? They went through it. This is the online.com. So there are people that are looking into all kind of nefarious things that YouTube and Facebook are doing to Afro people, in particular what they refer to us as a color, black men, but I am an Afro man capable of growing an Afro. Basically of the Aboriginal people of the United States and the Hebrews from out of the land of Mithraean, also known as Kemet. All right, and keep in mind that Mithraean and Kemet was the north part of what is now called Africa, and Ethiopia was the whole southern part of Africa. They were just two land masses. The people divided themselves based on family. Whose family are you from? Who's your father? And the father was the family, because that's the protector. That's the overseer. That's the one that has the accountability for the condition of the family. The only time he don't is when people refuse to have fathers in the family. All right? This is what's been going on with YouTube. All right? This was May 13th. This goes back as far as May 13th, 2018. 1:26 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The article goes, type the perfectly innocuous phrase, black men are, into YouTube search box. And the site will automatically suggest a number of racist results. Now, we've been saying, okay, we've been saying as Afro men, we've been saying for a while that YouTube has, and their algorithm is racially biased against us. And the people that oversee this, that make the decisions to whether to monetize us or not, we can now are saying that they are doing this with a racial bias. Understand this. Worse than that, Facebook is doing the same thing. It will flag an Afro man for saying that when a black woman do something wicked to a child, that's wicked. But if a black woman says that the black men are just wicked, no good, this, that, and the other, it will not flag them. I know, I tried it. It's two different standards of what they consider hate speech. YouTube is the same way. But the worst violators of such policy is YouTube and Facebook itself. Alright? So the search box will automatically suggest a number of racist insults such as black men are weak-minded, black men are too emotional, black men are coons, among others. The same is true for black women are, which return suggests like black women are the least attractive, black women are not marriage material, black women are no good, black women are toxic to black men. Alright? Now, here's the thing. If there was any truth to this, like even with black men, as Afro men, when we deal with criticism, we be like, yep, that one was right, yep. Remember when Afro men, when they said, y'all don't take care of your children, and even the dudes that were taking care of their children, remember, I took in 3 more children, right? Even when dudes were taking care of children, we was like, yeah, we don't take care. We need to get better at that. And then we start seeing research done by newspapers and organizations to try to show us how bad we were. Turned out that we take care of our family and children. When it comes to children, we take care of them better than the Caucasians and Hispanics, according to a New York article and according to, well, you know what? Y'all know what I always say. I keep receipts. And some of the times, I could just show you better than I can tell you. Alright? So, let's take a look at something real quick. I want to put this up here real quick. And then we'll come back to this article. One moment. Is that it? Nope, that ain't it. We'll get to that in a minute. Oh, I know what I got to do. Hold on for a second. I'll get to it in a hot second. Okay, here we go. Black father myth. It's a myth. We're in Orange. We turned out to be the most involved dads. But for a while, here's the thing. If it's true, we own it. If it's not, we call bull. The problem is with these phrases. When you go by statistics and we talk about the dangers to men, they do call out the black woman, but in that they don't call out the white woman being the same kind of danger to the white man. To be fair. In this, they accuse the Afro man of stuff that he's not guilty of. To be fair. They only include the black man and the black woman, but they don't say anything about when white people come up, it's all kind of different stuff. So that's how you know it's racist. See what I mean? Oh no, we want to go back to the article. Okay, so now that we go back to the article. Now, here's the thing. Everything I said about the condition of our community was backed up by empirical evidence, scientific evidence, research by black and white people, since we're using those terms right now. All right? And so, here's the thing. At no point did I ever say that black women were the least attractive. Hence the thumbnail. I said they're not marriage material according to the Bible. That is not racist. Alright? That is not racist. When they say black men are weak-minded, that's racism. Black men are too emotional, that applies to many black men. We've said that. Black men are coons, that's racist. Alright? I don't know too many men that said black women were the least physically attractive. The attitudes make them unattractive. And they only change their attitudes for Caucasians, as we see, and thugs, as we see. This is the experience of good men that have tried to talk to the BAW in the past. Black women are not marriage material. That's not racist. If most of the black women, at 70% of them, have a child by other men, if 59% of the so-called black women have multiple children from multiple babies' daddies, then that would not be marriage material, according to scripture. Black women are toxic to black men. If we're saying that as part of our experience, that's not racist. But this is our conversation, not theirs. Alright? And definitely, none of these things should come up by just putting black men are. And that's the problem. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem that this article is pointing out. When they put in black men are, or the words black women are, they put in 3 words. These autofill. And it shouldn't autofill default to these particular phrases, whether I think they're racist or not, whether they're true or not. It should not default to those. If somebody's looking for that, they need to type it all the way in and see articles talking about it. Professor and researcher Jonathan Albright was the first to discover the suggested and tweet about them Sunday morning. The outline tested the search on multiple different devices and browsers in all incognito private browser mode. private browser mode in order to ensure the search results were not related to a particular user's browsing history. The results remain unchanged no matter the browser account or device. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the pictures of the result. So, I'm going to save it. All right, here is your problem. And it's a granddaddy of a problem. All right, I'm going to blow it up for you. See, so no matter what I think about our experiences, right? Even I can admit with all the data that I know from the Harvard report that shows that the majority of violence is instigated by women, right? This is what this is saying. Now, I want y'all to understand something else. When I say that this is an assault on the Afro men and not the black women. All right. I'm going to show you this. You notice how do you notice how I want y'all to pay attention to this, right? All right. When we refer to, when the Afro man is being referred to, all right, I want y'all to understand something. As y'all see, all right, you see only one positive thing said about an Afro man. All right, and regardless of the data that I use data, right? And I make an assertion based on things. But in my assertions, I make sure that we understand that we got some rubies and unicorns. We say rubies and unicorns because the women that tries to benefit Afro men and not harm us are few and far in between. This is our experience as Afro men. Only we're not allowed to talk about it. Now, their main thing is against the Afro man and not the woman. I'm about to prove that. Right? But when they do anything, when there is any injustice against the Afro man, they have to include the Afro woman, even though we will say that she is on the team that are persecuting us. Not the Afro woman, the black woman. The Afro woman supports the Afro man. They just few and far between. But the BAW, you know who, is an adversary of ours, and we're not. Understand this. Hold on. All right, let's look at the other one. Let's get a close up of the other one. All right, hold on. We're going to get a close-up of the other one. You notice the difference? The first thing that pops up for an Afro man is negative. And it's all the way negative. We had one positive attribute, and that was we are more confident. So, out of the, hold on, let me go get back to that. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Out of the 10 things, only one could have been seen as positive. All right. Here's what we got for black women. The first thing, they are popping, not queens. Least attractive, race. That could be considered racist because that's in the eye of the beholder. And you gotta say what do you mean by least attractive? If they're talking about the attitude, okay, yeah, they got that going. If you're talking about their physical appearance, a lot of men like me would argue that on some level. But again, we won't say all. We'll be like, not all. Alright? Not marriage material. Alright? No good. Wait a minute. Black women are amazing. Done toxic to black men. Destroyed. Black women are goddesses. So they're not queens, but they're goddesses. You see how there's a mix there? A positive and negative. Makes the black woman, according to this, seem like a whole person. Positive and negatives. But when you look at how they address the Afro man, it's all negative. It is all negative when they address the Afro man. When they address when they say black women, understand, when they say black women, all right, they don't address her as totally negative. She gets to be Wonder Woman. When you put in relationship the words black men and black women with black men, what'll pop up is a bunch of black women with white men. Why is that on Google? How does that happen? All right, now here, let's get back to the article because it doesn't stop there. All right, so it goes to Chinese people. All right, that's black women are. Chinese people are terrible people, African, coming, Arena Football League, all the same. Coming BBC, funny, lit, you the one, are everywhere. White women are better for black men, fed up, pleasant, Patrice O'Neill, salads, pleasant, to blame, involving. None of these searches were perfectly replicable on other Google platforms, like Google search, raising questions why these results would surface solely on YouTube. Why these results would um, raising the question of why these results would surface solely on YouTube. Though the company is famously tight-lipped when it comes to the inner workings of its product and search algorithm, Google offers some insight into the process behind Google search, which is technically different than YouTube search. So we're talking about YouTube, and Google's going to come to bat for them. YouTube is run by a woman that claims she's a feminist. At no point did I see any Afro people that's involved in any other decision making as to as to what should be considered prejudice, racial hate speech. They don't have none of us in that decision making. None of the people that actually live in a community. Because we will tell you that the most racist people to us have been Google and Facebook. It's all coming out in the wash, in their policies, in their algorithms, in who they decide to be monetized and who they don't, who's allowed to have free speech and who isn't. They don't fear us because we won't coalesce and sue their behinds like the LGBT people did, like the alt-right did. We need to sue them. But you know what? We don't have so-called black lawyers that will help out the community by taking up a lawsuit against YouTube for this. Because I don't care what they say. This is their culture. Alright. This is auto incompletes. Alright. We're talking about auto incompletes. We're talking about monetization. We're talking about their algorithm. Everything that we've discussed in all my things says that, and they don't want us to talk about racism. They demonetize a channel for bringing up our history in the United States. Me bringing up our history in the United States, and I keep telling people, for all you be for all, if you're a sister on this channel, you have to understand. Hey, what's up, beautiful Mechadon? Hey, what's up, Charlie Brown, Bucks Media? Alright. Alright, if you are an Afro person, you have to understand. One of the things that's happening right now is Google and YouTube are shadow banning my channel. Google and YouTube are shadow banning my channel. Alright? And what they're doing is they're making sure that people don't see my videos. That's why it's up to you to share these videos. Unless you really don't care about what they do to us. Because if they're doing it to me, they're doing it to us. And if they're doing it to me first, is y'all next. I had very little to lose. What happens to me is I don't get to help as many children as I would be able to help. Alright, what's up, Daphne Daniel? Alright, and this is the thing, right? These are serious issues and serious problems that we're facing right now. We are in a state where we don't know who's going to be just, but we know who's not. We know that YouTube is not a just entity, neither is Facebook. All right? YouTube is not a just entity, neither is Facebook. We have some more issues. We have the fear now. All right? So we had the Wonder Woman that didn't need a man, that pushed the man away. So what's happening is these men are going elsewhere. But when you talk about it on Google and YouTube, they have a problem with it and they'll shadow ban the channel. But they can't stop it. Here's the thing, and that's what's pushing the men away. All right, if you are a so-called black woman, a sister, and you're watching this right now, or you're going to watch it, you can't expect somebody to want you when you treated them so ugly and mean that you pushed them away. And then when somebody treats them better, they're not going to want to leave that. Understand? And you can't complain about it because y'all the same women that been parading yourself around like I got me a ghost man. All right? And so basically, these are from Google. Google Pictures, right? And so what happened is they was like, okay, we was pushing one narrative. All right? And so as we were pushing this one narrative, okay, we are going to be forced not to allow the Afro man to have his way, because at the end of the day, like Dr. Francis Cress Welsing said, that many of the women of the world desire somebody tall, dark, and handsome. Can't get no darker than us. All right? And these women are pushing, they've been saying that their man has had access to all the women in the world, but they can't have the access to the brother living next door. Because of Loving versus Virginia, they now get to have access. Y'all best believe that a lot of these brothers are with them, not because the brothers really wanted them, it's because those women really wanted them. Because in this country, the way things work is everything is anti-us. And unless somebody else fights for our right, because we won't do it our damn selves, that's our problem. We will not get together and come up with a plan to make a concerted effort to fight for our rights because we're too busy being distracted with football, basketball. That's the game they played on our behind. All right. When I said in the thumb, well, we'll get back to this in a minute. No, let's get back to this now. Nobody thought this was attractive on the Afro woman, but the Afro man. Let me repeat myself. No one thought. I'm going to repeat myself. No one thought this was attractive but the Afro man. The only time that the ghost man thought this was attractive was when the thugs and stuff start making that popular. But that still wasn't enough for them. Because all these curves and stuff, they really It's not a preference for them because we prefer different things. When they go get married, the ghost man, when he goes gets married, men, when he marries, they don't have a lot of curves. When he bow chicken wow wow, the path of least resistance. Right now, the path of least resistance for the ghost man is this right here. They are having it thrown at them. Whether it be out of spite, whether they call it leveling up. And one woman said they're doing this because the Afro man calls them all kind of names, right? But when they go to the ghost man, they not only call them names more often, but it's not out of love. And it is because they can. Because they left their protection. Right? So when they go there, they get called all kind of names. I sat in groups of military BAW know who's that married out, and all of them were called the N-word. All of them were called worse names. But hey, it's a career move. It's leveling up. It's getting that money. Except right now they're paying. All these women that these guys are giving, that the system is giving all these women that the system is giving the money to, they're losing. They're losing because they left their hedge of protection. Not only did they leave their hedge of protection, but they left their protection spitting in the face of the protection. So the protection, they threw the protection out of the community. Somebody asked me something about Daniel. We was talking about Daniel. He asked me about Daniel. I said Daniel was bad. God did not bless him. And if you look at the life of Daniel, Daniel's life wasn't blessed. His family was cursed. And in that his family was cursed, so was Israel. I said, you thinking what these preachers are saying instead of reading what you read. Okay? And I said, the reason why we as Afro people do so bad, okay, is that we always we always want other people to lead us. And that's the mistake. Oh, that article will be in the description box. All right. I'm going to tell y'all something real quick. See, we don't really pay attention to stuff that's being read and stuff that's being said. All right. The other thing, we got to not take the viewpoint from the total English point of view because it's off by a lot. But I want y'all to understand something. Whether you believe in the Most High or not, y'all need to understand this. Because a lot of people like to blame stuff on the Most High or the unseen mighty one that created us. It says, I'm going to start at 8 and 4. And all the elders of Israel gathered together and came against Shemuel at Ramah and said unto him, look, you are old and your sons do not walk in your way. Now appoint us a sovereign to rule us like all the nations. But the word was evil in the eyes of Shemuel when they said, give us a sovereign to rule us. Shemuel prayed to Jehovah, and Jehovah said to Shemuel, listen to the voice of the people that and all that they say to you. For they have not rejected you. They have rejected me from reigning, hold on, over them. I want y'all to pay attention to that. They have not rejected you. They have rejected me from reigning over them. So here is the question. If you reject us, we're going to go elsewhere too. The problem with the BAW, you know who, has never been their looks. It's always been their attitude. Understand this. The problem with the BAW, you know who, it has never been their looks. It has always been their attitude. All right? These women have rejected the very men that that wanted to protect them. But they said, we don't need your protection because we like thugs. Thugs. It's all about thug love. The thugs are better, and you'll hear them. They'll say the thugs are better than good men. They will literally say the thugs are better than good men. All right? And now, you got a situation where that every system that has come against the men, that is chasing the men out of this country, that is preventing, because here's the thing, in order for Google and Facebook to work like that, all right, in order for them to work like that, in conversations between Afro men and black women, it's the black women that are flagging down any comment that they don't like. Understanding the same way when they call the 911 to call the Caucasian system on a good man to get him kicked out of his own house, either or shot by the police, or in trouble by the police, or arrested by the police. More innocent men, understand this, more innocent men have been put behind bars by the BAW, you know who, than the racist, so-called racist police and Caucasian woman combined. Why? Because we trusted them. And at the same time we was trusting them, they was really playing us. Hold on. I had a teenager over. A teenager wrecked one of my cars. All right. A teenager wrecked one of my cars. He stole it, wrecked my car. What his mama said was, that's what you get. His mother said this. His mama black. His mother said, that's what you get for trying to help him. That same teenager, when I went to Brazil, stole my guns and stuff out of my house. And that's when me and his mama got in an argument, and she was like, that's what you get for trying to help him. Not only was I helping them, but their whole family. When the BAW gets mad at me, that's what they say, that's why you need to get you a Caucasian woman. Because they said they will bend over backwards for a Caucasian man. But for you, the good men, We don't want nothing to do with you unless you bow down to us. And since I ain't bowing down. Oh, but when they go to that Caucasian man, they say he's the best thing since sliced bread. And even when he's in the midst of calling them a bunch of names and they're going through wishing they had protection. Oh, remember, everybody always has a choice. But some way or another, you're going to be held accountable for the choices you make. I understand that this channel, that me on YouTube may not survive long because I'm not going to stop talking about the injustices that YouTube and Facebook are doing against Afro men. Just not going to happen. Because if I was Caucasian, I would be allowed to talk about injustices. And so I know the people that's monitoring my videos and what I say are saying to themselves, how dare he have the audacity to call us out, but they try to shadow ban my channel. I want y'all to understand this. YouTube they're actively shadow banning my channels. They're shadow banning my videos. Alright? And a lot of other dirty tricks. Alright? At the end of the day, what we're left with is a situation where not only do we not have any allies, we all already understood that, but we have no justice in this country because the people that are getting around the system and abusing it, I want y'all to understand this. The people that are abusing the system are the very people that's in charge of said system. All right? The people that are the ones that are abusing the system are the very ones that are in charge of this said system. They're buying up a lot of stuff. Between Facebook and YouTube, they own a lot of the media stuff. Right? Communications. They own a lot of the communication things. Alright. We need to go to senators after they get elected. So they ain't gonna do crap now. They running for whatever. Alright? But after they get elected, we need to go to senators, Republican senators. Because the Democratic ones aren't going to do anything. They like when our voices are being taken. Alright? I want you to understand. YouTube and Facebook are left-leaning. They cape for the Democrats. You know, eugenics. They cape for the eugenics programs. How do they do it? By trying to keep us blind to what's really going on. By hiding guys' channels that's speaking to these things. They only want to keep up the people they think they can buy off. Alright? So this is what we got going on. Alright, so here we go. Let's see who else had any comments. Alright, so this is what we have going on. It's trifling, but it's real. All right, brothers, I implore you, share these videos, especially these last one. These last videos I've been putting up. The one on YouTube, and Facebook's racism against us that's built into their algorithms. All right, now that we see on YouTube, it's built into a whole lot more than their algorithms, right? Understand this. I kept a screenshot of them demonetizing my channel, saying that if I take down the videos that had to do with injustice against Afro men, they will remonetize my channel. All right. I want you to understand how egregious that is. How problematic that should be. All right. Here's our biggest problem, though. I'm going to tell you what our biggest problem is. That we got these women here, given all of this, they will still run to the people that oppress us, and they will join them in oppressing us. That's why, in good conscience, I do not try to defend what I know to be wrong. Now, when they change their behavior, I'm going to be the first one to say, you know what? These sisters are coming around, y'all. Some of them are. All right? Some of them are, but not many. Right? Remember, 77% are off limits to us because they're raising children. Now, they're only off limits if they're getting child support. If they have the child and they're getting child support, then they have a husband. And however many children they getting child support from, that's how many husbands they got. You see? So we can't marry them and be spiritually correct. Understand this. We cannot marry them and be spiritually correct. We're going to be spiritually corrupted. And I believe these BAW you-know-whos understand that. That if we get with them while they have a child and they're getting child support from, they understand that they're messing up the community. But they don't care about the child either. Because if they did, you would care about who the father is. Why? Because some of the times some stuff happened and they need to know who the genetic father is, who the genetic family is, so that, say they come out with a particular type of bone cancer. They just can't get that bone marrow from anybody. Understand this. Who your father is very important. Who your brothers are very important. But none of this matters. None of this seems to matter. They'll get all up in their naturalist and give it away. And then bring whatever package they get from wherever they gave it back and say, well, I'm you know what? I got all these children now. I'm ready to give this to a good man. I'm ready to give the problems that I'm having to the good men. After seeing this, that every system in the United States seems to be targeting the Afro men. The Republican system seems to be targeting us, wanting us to vote for them, come on their side, but I don't trust them either. Remember, Candace Owens don't speak for the community. She speaks for her her husband. Candace Owens do not speak for the community. She speaks for her husband. Now, I can have a conversation with her husband, But I will never have a conversation with her. But then again, Candace Owens wouldn't speak to a brother like me. Because my mind isn't just about using big words. I actually understand the history of a lot of stuff. And she wouldn't like what I have to say, and she couldn't defend what I would say about her stuff. She's just fodder to be used. And funny, her husband don't go there. Understand this about Candace Owens. When she's debating these men, they send her to debate a bunch of men. Do you notice that the Caucasian male do not come and debate all these rappers she's debating? Think about that for a minute. When you look at Malcolm X's debates were with PhDs, newsmen, men that understood at least history from the point of view of Caucasians. All right, understand this. Malcolm X would not have insulted himself to go up and get into a discussion with someone like Candace Owens. He might have a discussion with Dr. Francis Quest Wilson, but not Candace Owens. You see what I'm saying? She doesn't speak for our community. She speaks for her husband and that community. Right? So why are these dudes debating her? She don't stand for us. Neither does. So I can't say that we have anything. We have this against us, Facebook and YouTube. We have them being caught in having a systemic racism against Afro men in our speech. Systemic. All right? So, how do we battle this? We're not the only ones they're hurting. The Republicans don't like what they're doing to them. All right? So, what we do is we go and write letters to our Republican senators. If you don't have one, I'm sorry for you. But the left has never stood for us. The left, this proves it. Facebook and YouTube proves it. And they'll try to hide this video. But it's not for Facebook and YouTube. Y'all should be sharing these videos, at least these last 3. At least this one. Y'all should be sharing these videos like mad. Alright? We only have a few dudes that are sharing it. They shut me down on Facebook because a lot of people started listening. Understand this. They shut me down, and they shut me down on Messenger so that I can't call and contact my friends. Understand this. Facebook wanted to sever ties between me and family, me and my friend. They want to sever those lines of communication. You understand? That's how do no evil, they're doing nothing but. Alright? Y'all, we need to do something else. We need to start looking out for ourselves and one another. Alright? Y'all have Facebook accounts. This video right here should be all over Facebook. Alright? It should be shared to people on YouTube so that they can see what's really going on. Period. Alright? We need to, they say sunlight is the best disinfectant. We need to start shining lights all over this mess right here. Alright? There is racism, Systemic racism at Google, systemic racism at YouTube, systemic racism at Facebook. Period. Hey, what's up, young boy? Actually, they're doing a good job of it because people won't share the videos. We'll share other videos, but we won't share the videos where we're pointing out this stuff like this. Yeah, and share on Facebook and Twitter. If you have Twitter, share it on, what's that, Instagram? Share it across all platforms. Alright, and I'm backing these videos up so I could put the videos on, dang, what is that? FreeSpeechAvenger.tv. No, you can't, but somebody can. Wherever you can share, let's say it like this. Wherever you can share the videos, share the videos. Alright? Because y'all, I'm not playing. If we don't do something for ourselves, it's not going to get done. Period. And one at a time, they'll start picking us off till nobody has a voice. And then the very VAWs that are joining them, right? The very VAWs that are joining them, they're going to then turn on them because they won't have any protection. And then they'll run, oh, why couldn't you come in? We're going to be like, you turned your back on us. We're with the other women for the other mother. Period. Alright? And that's what it's coming to. It's funny how they don't want you until their life is so messed up that they don't know what to do about it. Understand this. Well, all this racism against us by Facebook and YouTube that is now being proven in the media, that's not owned by them, in newspapers, by doctors, PhDs, that are looking at their algorithms, that are looking at and we're not even talking about bias. We're talking about overt racism. Alright? So, this goes out to YouTube. If you want us to talk about y'all in a good way, if you want us to stop talking about the problems, then help solve the problem and stop being racist to Afro men. You shadow ban our channels, you demonetize channels, all to shut up Afro men from talking about their community and what you all, YouTube, are doing to us in the name of racism. Period. So yeah, let's hop on phones. If y'all have Republican senators, hop on phones to those Republican senators and start filing complaints against YouTube and Facebook for overt racism against Afro men. You might have to use black men because they probably don't understand that we're not a color. But this is the route we need to take. All right. Like I said, I'm set from the military. All I got to do is manage the little that I get. But imagine brothers that thought that they could come on and make some money by being news reporters about the community that they know. And trust me, YoungBoy24, Google can stop you because they own everything. All right, we need to get back on the phones. We need to get back on the phones, contacting each other by phones and stuff. And we need to find other sources other than Google, right? But first, we got FS Avenger, Free Speech Avenger, FS Avenger. We have that, so a lot of my videos I'm starting to upload there. All right, and these ones I'm gonna make sure they stay out in the open, so that they can be found somewhere. All right. So, y'all, I'm about to jet out. All right. And the article that I use, no, young boy 24. What I'm saying is we can't. Google can't stop us as we keep. Google can stop us if all we're going to use is Google. All right. Look at first they demonetized my channel, right? There's they're shadow banning my videos so that people don't get to see them. That's called stopping. Now, when I put my videos on Free Speech Avenger, okay, now we can start picking stuff up there. You see what I'm saying? Google can stop us if we only use their platforms. All right, we got to find out what they own and then diversify from what they own. We got to find out what people are sending commercials, and we need to go and talk to those car companies. Why are you supporting racism against black people? And that's the question. That's the first question we need to ask. What do you mean I'm supporting racism? Take all these links that's going to be on freespeechmedia.com. Take all these links and show them what the PhDs have been coming up with. All right? That's how we do it. All right? Some of the times we got to force them to be fair by showing what they're doing in the sunlight. Wow. All right? So, everybody, um, I'm about to jet out. Thank y'all for stopping by. I'll holler at y'all in the next video. And I'm gonna keep researching things and see how deep this goes and for how long it's been going. But it looks like since Susan Wojcicki took over YouTube, there's been a lot of racism against Afro people. And we know that Facebook under Mark Zuckerberg has been that way for a while. For a while. Okay? So we'll see. All right, with that said, I'm out. Peace, love, and soul.